Alright, and welcome back to the Darkest Dungeon. We're in week 31, and it's time for yet another boss. This time, we're killing the Sodden crew for a -20 flat-out Book of Sanity. Perfect. So good. This is our last group that hasn't yet leveled up to level 3, so might as well take them there. In order to do that, we are approaching the dungeon, the Cove. We're taking with us medical herbs and our standard equipment, and off we go. We need to kill the drowned crew,
And so I undertook to receive my most curious delivery.
which is a bunch of sailors, and their special ability is that they switch around quite frequently. So you need to be able to hit all ranks equally. Specifically, the first ranks are going to be key. They will put our heroes underwater, and we will need to make sure that we hit the first ranks.
And drowning for eternity.
So I'm pretty sure that we need to go into this direction, and down here at the very end we are most likely going to find them. This is some extra loot which we do not need. I would hold off with our herbs until we find an eerie coral, which could help us to remove negative trait. Until then, we're fine. We're going to try to take the most straightforward way towards the boss. There's really no need to fight any extra battles. Let's go.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Precision and power.
Nice. So this guy is dead.
Formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Once we have all of our heroes at level 3, we should be fine with progressing to the next set of bosses. In some cases, we already leveled up the dungeon even further. Oh, there is a loot room down here. I'm not going to pass on some well-earned treasure, because why not? The boss is up here in the very corner. Perfect. There we go. We completely surprised them.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Oh yeah, the tanks are going to shield one another. That's smart, guys. The AI is usually taking the weakest target and is trying to shield them. Interestingly enough, if all of them are tanks, of course it would be more beneficial if they would just attack normally. And yet they shield one another. I mean, fair enough, one of the advantages of doing that is we're equally bringing them down instead of just hitting one of them and focusing. But it doesn't matter. These tanks are usually only annoying if you do have a really strong either physical damage dealer like the Spearfish Seer or a stress damage dealer. In both cases, you usually want to get them down quite fast.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten. Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Well, I would have expected more loot, to be honest. 200 and a couple of heirlooms are not exactly something to write home about. So let's find these sailors and kill them. Perfect. The map inside means we would even scout out for hidden rooms. And I love hidden rooms. Oh, wow. We got 2 further treasure chests. That's a lot. So yeah, the idea will probably be to take out the battle in the treasure room chest, and then go for rest and do the boss. Technically, we could also go back and go into the other room. That would work as well. It would maximize our loot, and maybe we're going to do that. It depends a bit on how much food are we going to have left over and how's the fight itself progressing. On the other hand, since we don't have a hard cap, we can basically do as many missions as we want. Treasure becomes less of a topic. It's really progressing the game at the start to make sure that we get into the higher levels, because you automatically gain more heirlooms and more money at the higher levels, quite normally. Oh gosh, we have a stun. Oh. That's unfortunate. We could use a nice AoE healing. Unfortunately, the occultist doesn't have that. That would be too intriguing if the occultist, besides his massive kit with all of the different abilities, would also on top of it have an AoE heal. He's already probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest class in the game, but that would completely put it over the top. The damage of our group is also fine. I mean, even though we're fighting 4 mobs and one of them being a tank, we're still killing them by round number 3. We're currently just keeping them alive in order to heal up. Oh, nice. 30 healing. That was pretty dope. There we go.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Okay, let's quickly move back. We're still taking the second treasure because somehow this dungeon is stingy on treasure. I was expecting way more. I mean, we had 3 treasure rooms, right? And the 2 that we have looted so far were not specifically like well packed.
Waiting to be spent.
So we haven't received any stress, not really. Damage was also totally fine. I think just judging on how the dungeon played out so far, we are going to have a rather easy fight against the sailors.
Eradicated.
There we go. Killed everyone.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
And let's take a rest.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
So first and foremost, prevent all nighttime ambushes. Yes, please. Secondly, let's bolster our strength, which we haven't done so far. We really need to get some self buffs going. Okay, good enough. Out of stress. And again, a terrible dream. There we, of course, this time with a boss monster. This shield bearer is not a good person to have around. For the love of something, why is it that we're constantly fighting snakes? And the shield bearer probably has, 23 stress per turn. Wonderful. Let's take one of these little snacks here. Just want to make sure that we kill whatever is in here as fast as possible. So we need to deal 4 damage. Yeah, good. That snake is dead. The big snake unfortunately hits like a truck. I was already afraid that that would happen. And we need to heal her.
Impressive.
So let's make sure we kill the small snake this time for good. The snake here needs to die as well.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
We're probably going to lose her mind unless we kill the snake really, really quick. No, of course. 97, wow.
A singular strike.
Such loveliness belongs in the palace, they say, and so my hands are tied, and I am put in a caravan next to golden idols and jeweled icons. Together, we are a priceless cargo of dazzling rarities, bound to the vizier's treasury. I know this tyrant's reputation, and I am afraid. Well, she tells her story, that's for sure, and we're in 3 out of 7, so I assume we'll take a couple more of these unfortunate events. Move, resist, and speed. Speed is definitely a nice ability. Let's hope, sincerely hope, that we'll find some sort of cure. Nope. I was hoping we'll find something that would get rid of the poison, but we haven't. Well, we know the boss is there. We can't really change the layout, so might as well give it a go.
Another mariner, another misfortune. As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted.
Well, he's still considered full. I don't like that. I would want to feed him more, but we're going in with half hit points. Can't do anything against that. Okay, here we go.
In radiance may we find victory.
And there's the crew.
Even in death, the captain shouts his orders, and the crew obeys.
So the anchor is a very high resistance protection 50 drowned puller, and they indeed can be hit. I don't know all hits all hands on deck. He has plus 50% protection, which isn't too bad to have a shield breaker around, just in case we need to do that. Good, let's go, boys, let's go.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
So we do have armor piercing on her, so might as well go for it. Yeah, I remember we need to kill him now. Oh gosh, of course.
There can be no hope in this.
The stress was too much. Nice, we put a solid bleed onto them. Let us mark them further. Because with the marking, both the Houndsman as well as our Grave Robber will deal additional damage. There we go, we're almost halfway there. Let's keep on topping everyone up. They're not dealing a lot of damage. The main problem is once they got their boarding out, you need to make sure that the Ankara is being killed first. Ah, of course, they resist the blight. What's his stun resistance? 50, and we're coming in with 135. So might as well give him a good old smacking, which he of course resists. We can't heal her because she wants to quote unquote feel alive. Her hopelessness means that she's sometimes doing irrational decisions. One of which is not wanting to be healed. Oh, I forgot. He now has the protection buff. We need to attack him. All right, let's go. Once he's starting with this maneuver, basically the protection from the Anchorman moves over to the boarding crew, so they will become 50% immune. There we go, solid stun. Took away their turn. Yeah, we're not going to start to bleed, to let them bleed. We need to move closer. There we go. make sure that we are not letting them mess up our order. So this guy needs to be killed now. And we got them down to 35, so probably one more rotation.
A decisive pummeling.
Alright, we unfortunately wasted a lot of turns on this last maneuver. We need to heal our shield bearer up. And the crew already healed back up to 50, so need to be more decisive now. There we go. Cut them down to 20. And now they are healing back up again. Alright, we can kill this guy now. There we go. We're slowly but surely losing the war of attrition here. So back down to 20. Almost got it. Very nice. We even got them down to 7 now. Might want to consider still attacking them. They're down to 10. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, we outlasted them. I wouldn't say it was the most pretty fight. I could have played that much better, but I did not remember the encounter fully, to be honest. But that, so the crew was the last boss encounter. And with the exception of Morphe here, everyone made it to level 3. Congratulations. Precise Striker doesn't mean shit for her. Flight resists. Again, doesn't mean anything. Good. Let me remove a couple of diseases and get the guys ready. And then we're going to run some more dungeons.